Very, very exciting price action coming out of ticker symbol COEP. Let's go ahead and validate what could be happening for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a COEP, technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this happy Monday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so yes, we are looking at COEP on the daily chart here, and we were speaking of the potentials of actually reaching the upside targets in the next day or two, which was today, right? So we ended up getting the resistance touch that we were looking for, and we definitely came back to validate and confirm our newly converted resistance in the support. Okay, so we were already expecting the things that happened today. Okay, so just so you can see that I'm looking at the daily candles here. Okay, so I know there was a lot of price action happening during the day. There was a lot of volatility. I know everybody got very emotional, right? But sometimes we just have to look at the daily candle and see what happened. Okay, we came back down and validated that. Then we continued on to the upside. Okay, so it's okay. Everything is looking good. The inverse herpy derpy played well, right? It actually did end up meeting a very similar target here. I know that some other brokers are going to show different targets, right? Because, for example, Webull showed a top side of about $2.47, and then it actually retraced back to where we are right now, right? So everything is still good, no problem, guys. But I do have some more things to show you that are actually now just popping up because of the in spite of the price action from today. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at those things now. Okay, so first of all, just to continue here, we did talk about reverting to the mean just yesterday at that 186 or 190 target, right? So we ended up getting that. We retraced from the mean. Everything is looking good. Now we're knocking at the door of this, okay? So everything is looking very, very good. Let's move on. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame. Okay, so now sometimes people tend to see these things as a dead cat bounce, but please remember, every single candle here takes a week to complete. Okay, so this is essentially accumulation right now. Okay, we've been consolidating at this area, and now the bulls feel like it is time to take this to the next level. Okay, as there could be very likely a floor printed. Okay, so that floor could be at that 103 that we did back in December. Okay, so everything is very cool here now. Now, what you're seeing here is the official breakout. And where is that breakout happening? Where we speak about this all the time, right? So usually when we get to about 65 to 70% to the apex of the triangle, we tend to break out of it, right? So we are right there right now, and we definitely got that break out of it. And of course, we have to come back. You know, we don't have to do anything in reality. Price action does not have to do anything at all, okay? We definitely have to acknowledge the potential or the possibility of coming back to validate our newly converted what was a resistance into now a support before the continuation to the upside. Okay, so now the targets that I'm very focused on right now is actually the $3.40 target. Okay, that would be I'm not sure if it can happen over the next day or two, but it is the target that's coming up. So let's start evaluating. So we can take a trend line right from the top side of the triangle to the lowest point of the price action from the triangle. We apply it to the top side of the breakout, and we get 340, right? So that's how we got that price objective. Now, if we can take an overall range fib from the range high to range low, look at what that 340 is taking us to. The 3.618 golden mean to the penny. Okay, so you're looking at the retracement happening from just today. Okay, this is the current weekly candle. Yes, I get it. It's going to close in 3 days and 19 hours, but the current weekly candle, swing high to swing low, is suggesting a touch of the $3.40 on the 3.618 golden mean. Okay, so that's already looking very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a look at a quick little thing over here, okay, because I want to show you this. Well, I guess while we're still in the topic of 340, then let's just take a look at a shorter time frame. So this is the daily candle here, right? We're on the D right here, daily. Okay, so now regarding the daily candle, I'll take a Fibonacci retracement tool from that swing high to swing low, and notice that the 3.618 on the daily is taking us to 339. Okay, so again, that 340 target popping up. And it's very important that we do that, right? Because in that case, we would be above two means and two different algorithms. Okay, we would be above my algorithm, the reversion variant at 246. We would then convert that into a form of support. Notice that the 246 is directly in line with the 240 of the one spot 618. Very important support levels. Okay, so now let's see, the other algorithm is suggesting $2.86 as the support from upside of its mean, right? So now you can actually see that the 2.618 would be a good area to come back down and start validating support before a continuation onwards, okay? But it's also okay if we came back to 246 too, because it is the 1.618 there as well. Okay, so we're already knocking at the door of this mean from the daily candles. Okay, so that's just more confluence. Now, if you would like to see what that target looks like on an overall range, now I'm talking about the overall range, a Fibonacci retracement like this. Look, you see this fib right here, right at the top of our broadening descending wedge. We can take it all the way down to the lowest point of the range from the descending wedge, and go ahead and notice the 2.618 now at 338. Again, that 340 target coming out. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw a line right across it and see where it lands. Okay, so we're landing right within this anomaly here. Okay, so these two candles here don't really provide much information for us. And in fact, if you can see historically, there has really been nothing else down here, has there? Okay, so what I'm saying here is that the upside has just a few areas that we need to take a look at for resistance. Okay, so first of all, yes, we have a resistance within this little chunk area here, but this is very small. Okay, now the rest of it is kind of a slide up, and this is the reason why I was telling you yesterday that the potentials of reaching a $7 or $8 target are actually kind of there, right? I mean, it's kind of silly to talk about a target like that, but we were just talking about yesterday 148. I'm talking about closing on Friday. We were at 148, and it went to 247 today. So it doesn't seem too far-fetched, right? As soon as you start getting that kind of pump to the upside, notice that the volume today, the volume bar from just today is 12.3 million. Okay, look at the Friday volume, 103,000. Thursday, 31,000. Wednesday, 45,000. Tuesday, 120,000. Monday, 111,000. See this? We have 12 million in volume from just today. Huge sentiment, huge psychology. Okay, so I mean, yes, we pulled back right from this area, but we expected that. We knew that that was going to happen, and now if it comes back down, even if it comes back down to that 166 level where the 1.618 is, which would be a great area for support. Even if we went down to the 160 at the 1.272, let me explain to you why that's important. Okay, first of all, we have our broadening descending wedge validation process to convert this into a valid form of support before a continuation up. Okay, not only is the 1.272 and the 1.618 there, which is the golden mean and just under the golden mean, yes, good supports, but notice in the larger time frame, 160 is landing within the golden pocket. Guys, come on, this is the knot 618 and the knot 382, right in between the golden pocket. And I always talk about this very bullish area to be sitting on, likely to face an upside after finding support within this. Okay, so very important targets to look at here. Let's refer to the last part of the analysis and get this thing over with. I don't want to make this video as long as I did yesterday. Okay, you guys, but if you are interested, please go ahead and refer to the links in the description below where I'll be offering the seats for the ArcMasters trading course. We're going to be going over everything from the beginnings of trading. I'm talking the very fundamentals of trading all the way up to advanced topics and mathematical applications. Reserve your seat now before it's too late. Okay, you guys, these seats are still available. Find the email in the description below or DM me on Twitter or whatever. Let's go ahead and go over the last part of the analysis now and see what it's got for us. Okay, because this is looking very exciting, lots of upside to come, and I genuinely it doesn't matter what my opinion is, right? It's just what the stats are telling us. It's just everything is kind of pointed up, right? So let's go ahead and notice this. This is now telling us the hourly immediate short-term time frame and the 30-minute immediate short-term is telling us that we do have a downside to look for. And that downside, even the 15-minute, we already noticed that downside because we are very much within the breakout area of this, right? We already knocked at the door to potentially break out. We may actually see the 166 to 160 area as that form of a loading zone before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, so very, very interesting that we're getting what we already thought, what we already talked about. Okay, now referring to the buy hourly, please notice that the buy hourly is suggesting a limited downside. Okay, so yet again, and we've actually been doing that on the buy hourly several times. Okay, now why I'm favoring the buy hourly here as like that bias for just a temporary pullback is because of the positioning of the current 14-day simple moving average and the RSI signal. We are in the bullish in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, very likely for us to find a bounce from both the support of the gravitational zone and the 14-day simple moving average before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, now jumping into the 8-hour, look at the 8-hour. Okay, pivoted straight to the moon right here, and it is definitely well within the grips of the bull strength percentile and leading into the gravitational zone, which would essentially slingshot us up into overbought. Notice the daily jumping in to the bull strength percentile. We please go ahead and notice the 3-day. The 3-day now has that huge upside pivot, just like we saw yesterday from that. From the 3-day hidden bullish divergence. Huge bullish divergence played out very nicely for us. Notice the 5-day with an upside pivot, very aggressive upside from COEP. And again, I'm sorry. I'm actually speaking not as exciting and not as excited as I sound, right? But it's potentially, it's in respects to my child outside. Okay, my toddler is asleep, taking a nap right outside, so I can't be that loud, right? So yes, you guys, I definitely see reaccumulation period coming around the 160 area before a continuation onto the upside, and that trek could be within the next few days. Okay, so I'm definitely looking at a target of around $3.40 before we can actually come back and validate newer supports and then continue onwards and upwards. Okay, so all right, you guys, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine. All right, you guys, but with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.